6:30, I'm calling the public hearing meeting to order. The purpose of this public hearing meeting is to read the new proposed amendment to the zoning code. So I'm going to read it. The Planning Commission will hold a public hearing on Ordinance 540, an ordinance to amend section 230-61 to require the submission of a concept plan in conjunction with certain petitions to amend the zoning code. The public hearing is scheduled for Monday, September 25th, 2023 at 6:30 at the community room at the City of Newcastle Police Station, 1 Municipal Boulevard, Newcastle, Delaware 19720. The public hearing will be followed by the September planning meeting. You want to summarize?
Yes, can I give a brief
Please.
overview? So this ordinance was introduced for first reading to City Council at City Council in August. I believe it was introduced by Councilman Day. And the intent is to amend the zoning ordinance to require the submittal of a concept plan along with a petition for rezoning. So similar to what we saw at River Edge, where there was a plan associated with the rezoning application that was proffered by the applicant. This amendment to the ordinance would require that for any future rezonings. So that's it in a nutshell. So what you have in front of you is a little odd in that after the ordinance was introduced to City Council, Mr. Day suggested some changes. So you actually have two versions in your packet.
Actually, I'm not sure we have any versions in our. We have two.
It is. And
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. Got it.
the
Yes.
second one has track changes in blue. And to summarize, the first version states that the council may require a concept plan with a rezoning application. Mr. Day wanted it a little bit more prescriptive, so the second version is a more or less amendments must be accompanied by a concept plan. That is, zoning map amendments. So the first version is not prescriptive. It leaves it up to council as to whether or not they want to require a concept plan. The second version is very prescriptive. It's a shall. All petitions for rezonings shall be accompanied by a concept plan. So I spoke to the city solicitor, Mr. Walton, who couldn't be here tonight, and he said it was appropriate to have both of these versions in front of you for your consideration. So your role tonight, as it has been in previous instances, any amendment to the zoning ordinance first goes here for a recommendation from the Planning Commission. So your role tonight is to make a recommendation to City Council on proposed ordinance 540. And you have two versions in front of you. And you can discuss, you're here to take public comment, and then it's on the agenda for your regular meeting to make a decision. So right now, it's just the public hearing and soliciting public comment. And if you want, we can discuss it in more detail during the regular meeting.
Okay, so I got a lot of questions about it.
Madam Chair, if you want to ask anybody to use public comment.
Any public comments on this ordinance? Does anybody want to?
Bill Gross, 1301 13th Street. I guess I kind of appreciate your clarity on the difference between versions. But unless I'm missing something, there should be no may require, may or may not require. I think this, board or commission is saddled with responsibility to hold any submissions of any projects that are gonna have any effect on the city. Like with Mr. Tucker was nice enough to do when it came to River Edge. He, as it was said before, he did it on his own. But as you could tell, it was most helpful to this commission that he did do that. And I feel that every submission going forward should have that included, which means I ask this commission to vote for version number 2, which does not give any leeway. Any rezoning or changes or submissions of projects should demand a concept plan. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gross. Anyone else have comments on the ordinance? Okay, seeing no further comments. I make a motion. Do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
Oh, no.
I'll second. So I have a motion and a second to close the public hearing. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, okay. Anybody got a deck of cards?
I thought that we're immediately after the public hearing has ended.
Yeah, and
That's, yeah,
that's.
only if it
intended
runs
to-
over.
And I know the regular agenda is posted, it says here for 6:30, but somewhere else it says 7. The public hearing will be followed by the September Planning Commission meeting at 7 p.m.
Or immediately after the public hearing is ended, or,
Yeah, but it's, that means if it's 7:10.
so where it says at 6:30, it said a 7, it should have said 6:30 in both places.
There should be a prescriptive time for the meeting, and it's typically at 7.
Okay.
So I would rather err.
No,
on
I
the side of-
agree. What else are we gonna do? Okay,
so we're just gonna sit here till 7 o'clock?
pretty much.
Yep. Can't have a.
Public meeting that's not, is there anything we are allowed to discuss while we're waiting for the time to pass?
Not materially, not agenda items or
Okay.
anything having to do with the ordinance in front of you.
Thanksgiving movie night there, Cynthia.
It's a complete nonsense. I think I might have a whole table at the block party.
Oh, check it down.
Are you not
Did-
gonna be around?
Did it get postponed?
It got postponed until next Sunday. And
No,
then we didn't get a table, and then somebody else had a table and nobody on their table can come, or them, so they gave the table to us.
Oh, cool.
And so we're just,
Trying to fill it?
yeah, and it's not easy.
No, I have a
So I was gonna ask you if you wanted
I have
to
a
go.
rehearsal dinner that day.
Aw,
I know.
For what?
My friend's getting married the following Saturday, and
Oh,
my husband and my
12
son,
foot down the
photographers.
so wonderful. Well, that'll be fun. Rehearsal dinners are always fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should get her. She wanted to buy mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
It sounds like my wedding.
You know, sometimes.
I would.
Never mind. Pardon? You could, you can turn off the recording if you want, yeah, because we have to wait until 7 o'clock. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm extremely sorry.
We're gonna build a structure.
What a